Invincible Season 3, Episode 3. And here it is. Here we go. That's what it was, okay. Are we doing this to fight the evils of capitalism? Or to embrace capitalism and get all the money? Both great causes. And then he died. It's an interesting way to start this, or way to film this. No voices, no dialogue, just atmosphere. Is this gonna play into the whole thing of reform? I respect it. It's a tough road to take. I think a lot of people don't like this. So what do I know? This dialogue-less musical montage is covering a lot of the issues that have come up over the last couple episodes. Get a job. That's great. This is amazing. Okay, where does this go though? I'll bet they get killed for something in their past. Yeah, I understand the temptation to rob banks. Oh, did you lose that job? Oh no. Oh, don't know. The other possible outcome of this is they go back and do terrible things despite their best attempts. Don't consider it. Don't do it. Don't do it. We got out. Oh, wait. Okay, I think I know. The most important thing they had was each other. And in the pursuit of money, one of them will die. Probably the one who's being reasonable right now. The one without the hat. Eviction. There's always money in the bank. Oh, there goes that. They're both going in. You might want to, like, I don't know, not wear the same thing for everything. Oh, and it's invincible too. Oh, wow, that was a silent one. Man, they're getting dirty with this. How was I even supposed to, whatever. I was supposed to read his animated mouth. I hope this whole episode is just a musical montage. Just start to finish. That would be such a brave choice. It's pretty cool power, though. Oh, it's Oliver. Shouldn't be out here. Did Mark sanction this? I don't think so. I guess this is one of the challenges, but I feel like Mark's power gets sort of undermined sometimes by the show. We started with that great training montage, and then he's losing to Lickitung. He's a kid, but I mean, he might kill you. He could kill you. Or Mark could kill you. Surprising Mark doesn't kill people by accident more often, actually.
What are you doing here?
Oh, voice is such a relief.
I'm not using my powers without you. You're here.
He's so good at this kid. He's got adults figured out, kind of. He's smart.
Said, we're leaving.
He frames his argument so well.
Your brother and I need to discuss what you've done. And what have I said about flying in the house?
Mom.
Walking is so pedestrian. He's flying very slowly. I'm worried about Oliver. Yeah, I'm worried a lot worse is going to happen.
Asking him to not use his powers isn't realistic.
He's a good kid, but
you did promise I'd train him.
He's a kid,
He's so
also.
young, Mark.
Yeah, but he's tough.
He's also really smart.
I just want him to have a normal childhood.
This is your problem, Debbie. None of them are ever going to have normal childhoods, and you need to give that up. You're doing so much damage with this. The influence is good as an alternative perspective, but like, how long are you going to fight the same battle without accepting it's not working? And also the criteria is weird. Like, why is normal the paradigm of success? I'm sure Debbie would be able to specifically name what she actually means by normal, because there are just so many benefits to the experience we have in life or the chances we have in life. But just to split hairs a bit, it's probably not the case that they are good because they're normal. In fact, it's probably more like they are normal because they're good, but you don't want to get rooted to the idea that what is common is what is optimal, because it often is, but in many cases isn't. The unique expression of which varying from person to person.
Or as normal as we can give him.
I'll be careful. I promise. I won't let him get hurt, and I won't let him hurt anyone else.
He's a kid himself.
I like applying what we learn.
Where exactly are you applying this stuff?
Oh, just like
Playgrounds and
models
communities
and
everywhere.
Eve? Oh my god, I thought that was you.
Oh, back from the dead. Yikes. Amber's like, you thought I was finished? You thought the drama was over?
I guess I never really thought about superheroes having to learn to use their powers.
It's not all tights and fistfights.
One time I almost killed a bunch of children.
And then Mark and Cecil got in a huge fight, so Mark's on his own right now. And,
Ooh. Here it is.
Speaking of Mark,
You gotta tell her now.
I should probably tell you something.
You probably should tell her
You two
something.
are dating.
Oh, thank God. Amber always way out of the curve.
It's okay. William told me.
Oh, imagine she didn't tell her. That would have been even worse. Amber knew this whole time. Yeah, that was a devious trap that she was setting. Should have led with that, Amber.
I'm glad it didn't happen the next day, but
It kind of
honestly,
did,
I
though.
wanted you two would get together after we broke up.
So she knew a
Obvious to
lot.
everyone but us, huh?
It wasn't super obvious to me, honestly. Maybe it's been too long since I watched season 1. There's always been chemistry,
The
but
worlds were too different. But you and him, that's where you both live.
they have
Yeah.
a shared understanding of the
To be
difficulties and
honest,
challenges of their
it
lives.
feels good. It's exciting, but also comfortable. Do you know what I mean?
No.
There's this guy, Kyle.
Oh, that's what she meant. Okay.
Go on.
Okay, glad she's doing well. And we never saw Amber again. Was that them closing the door on Amber? I thought they were opening it.
Bigger than I thought.
That's what she said. Okay, wait, hang on. Sorry. Old me again. Did I do that?
He gets away with both. He gets to be old Rex and new Rex.
We can find you a room before the others take first pick. You want a window, right?
Do you even need to give her a whole room? You can just give her like a box and she can get real small. Get some Barbie furniture.
You've been a superhero since you were a kid.
Yeah, but not like this. When my parents discovered I had powers, they went all in on it. Suddenly, instead of
Oh, she had a hero stage parents.
bomb diffusals.
I saw this a lot as a kid. The whole stage mom thing is real, though it's not always a mom. And even as a kid, it made my skin crawl. Not that I think pushing your kid really hard in something is bad. Actually, I think it can be a real gift, something you thank your parents for later, having certain skills that you wouldn't have necessarily developed on your own. Where it gets weird is when you start to see that the parent is trying to live out their dreams and rectify their own failures using their child as a vehicle. Speaking of using people as a means to an end.
But it was all small stuff. Gangs, bank robberies, lost pets. I think we had one bad guy with superpowers in a 200-mile radius.
At least you had parents.
That's what I thought he was going to say.
I got scientists instead. Same ones who cut me open and grafted shit up and down my nervous system.
Good lord. That explains
That must have been
a lot. Yeah, that's... I didn't know
Better
that.
than being a nobody, huh?
Huh.
And everyone has fucked up childhoods.
Not like ours.
Yeah, I think there's degrees to that.
Rex and the Explosions. Rex and his exes. Rex
Sounds like a terrible
and a
band
bunch
name.
of other people whose names you don't really need to know.
I like how he's probably, arguably, the least useful member of the group.
That's a pet project of mine.
Okay.
Sorry, it's, not ready to be shared yet.
Not suspicious at all.
Where will you go?
I'm moving back in with my folks
Seriously? What?
That's good.
because they're my parents and I need to fix things between us.
I respect that. I actually really love Eve's arc. I love how ground up it is. I think one of her best qualities is that even when there's a lot of truth to what she feels and what she's saying, and she's justified in pointing out things that are not going right, she's still identifying the ways in which she plays a role and could improve and focuses on that. It's not the same thing as blaming herself for everything. It's all my fault. I'm terrible. It's more like, given that I have a role in this, what is the best I could bring to this? It seems like she sort of can't turn away and hide from the ways she realizes she's not performing to her own standards. So like, her father was kind of a jerk, right? But Eve is part of her family. I fell so deeply into the just let Eve do whatever she wants and build playgrounds thing. But Eve's like, no, I actually should probably learn architecture.
Oh, and you want to be closer to Mark, right?
Does proximity even really matter with Mark?
Jerk anymore.
Baby steps, Eve.
He gets to pick and choose.
I best assassin rots in one of your disgusting American prisons, and you do nothing about it.
Because it has nothing to do with me.
Speaking of unintended consequences, also I miss Autotune guy.
Multi-Paul got himself into this mess, so he can get himself out.
Boss? A word?
Think you just started a gang war.
Tell you, I'll take care of it this one time, but then I don't want to see his fucked up face in my city again.
I think he's gonna leave out that last part.
Mad, but
Yeah.
you got it, boss.
He might rephrase. Must be nice. This feels oddly familiar.
I said we'd start training. I didn't say it was going to be easy.
Why
You
didn't
should
you
have
teach me to
seen
fight?
what
I've been
my
practicing
father did
stuff
to
I saw on the
me.
internet.
Lesson 1. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. Oh, this is such a great day. Read my books, Oliver.
I'm glad to finally meet the little guy.
You're gonna have to make a new costume every
Get
3 days.
ready, because
Kid Omni-Man is here!
I don't think that's the one. That's a great idea. We're gonna keep
He told
trying.
me the O was for Oliver.
That's terrible. That's also bad. I think Kid Omni-Man is better than Oliver.
You don't like it?
Costume's great.
You
It's
were born after the
name.
history. Yeah.
Why?
You weren't there.
People are gonna hear that name or see that symbol and think of Dad.
Good.
You said he's different now. And when I say people in this costume, they'll get it.
They will not.
It's gonna take a long time and a lot of work for everyone to forgive him. Maybe someday that might happen.
Not this generation or any living generation. Not without him saving Earth.
Word on the street is you cut ties with Cecil.
Yeah. It's time for a change.
In more ways
This
than one.
could be
What's
the
this?
mentor.
A fresh start.
We respect art. I guess not. We just get a new outfit. I don't like that this costume
Amazing!
seems to
Oh,
fit so
was a
well
little
with
serious?
the concept of dark Invincible.
Say thank you to Art.
Thank you, Art!
It's a pleasure.
He has no idea where we're going.
Reminds me of another kid I knew.
Exactly, and that is what worries me, especially with Mark now donning a dark costume. I think training should begin with reading Omni-Man's books.
Who
He
are
looks
those
legit
guys?
terrifying.
That's Kursk. He's got electricity powers. The other guy's Furnace. Inside that suit, I think he's made of lava or something. I fought them before.
Then let's go get him, Mark!
Whoa, hold on.
Whoa, yeah, whoa.
I haven't figured out a new name yet.
That's fine.
Call you Big
Because
O.
I'm not calling you anything because you're just gonna stay here and watch.
Those guys need help.
Kid!
Surprising no one. Not as easy as you thought. This might kill him. This might be another accidental killing. Okay, he has human form as lava. That's terrible. And awesome.
I told you to just watch. You almost got yourself killed.
I'm fine. It
Oh, here
barely
comes
hurt.
the separation. Here comes the divide.
You either listen or you go home. Got it?
It's fair.
Okay, sorry.
It's fair.
Sorry.
He's not sorry. He's gonna do it again. I don't know. It's tough. Kids figure out that there's no actual risk and it's over. If they haven't already developed a certain sense of, I don't know, duty or responsibility or just general desire to have harmony. It's like students who realize the teacher actually can't do anything and don't care about their grades and are not afraid of their parents. There's just nothing that you can do except for get rid of them, really, which is not a solution. I don't know what you do here. I think one thing that they could maybe try is just giving him a little bit more slack on his leash, let him channel it. Give him small things that help him scratch this itch and get him involved, but keeping it in reasonable parameters. It's also a little bit heartbreaking because Oliver is doing this partly out of worship of Mark.
Now taste.
Now keep tasting. Taste a lot.
A wet earth?
That's amazing. How'd you learn all this?
Experience.
Benefits of being married to a travel writer, I suppose.
Yes.
Travel writer.
Exactly.
You can never compare along this dimension. Don't try. Be a reasonable person instead.
After our last date, I didn't think I was getting another.
Oh, Paul, I'm sorry.
This is the same
I
conversation
didn't
they already
mean to
had.
make you feel that way. It wasn't you. It was just.
By special needs kids.
I appreciate you being honest with me.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
Don't get used to it.
There's that wet earth.
I don't think Paul likes wine very much.
I don't want to lie to you like Nolan lied to me.
That honesty thing really hit a nerve, huh?
Nolan wasn't a travel writer. And he's not dead.
The second one was a much bigger bombshell, and he has no idea the severity of it. He likes wine now.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner.
I mean, as far as secrets go, this one is on the understandable side. I'm sort of fuzzy on his character, but I remember my first impression of him was that he wasn't really that interested in Debbie. He was just looking to have a good time.
No, it's just maybe I should go.
Oh!
What? Why?
Well, let him go.
I'm just a normal guy with thinning hair and a bad back.
You can't compete along that category. Don't even try. You can compete in different categories. It's intimidating, though. I get that.
You're smart and kind and
You didn't murder
you
half of
pretend to like
Chicago.
wine that tastes like dirt.
It was that obvious to everyone, huh? My first thought when Debbie started dating again was about how it's going to be a tough act to follow. You have somebody who can take you anywhere, never needs to worry about money for just so many reasons, is literally one of a kind, and so has a great narrative, makes all your friends jealous, is the most powerful man on earth. Like, along a certain criteria of comparison, no one can compete with Debbie in terms of boyfriends or husbands. She wins. Along a very kind of gamified, materialistic, image-conscious slice of the analysis, everyone after Omni-Man is down. Like, way down. The next best thing, I guess, is Immortal, but, you know, he's just so boring. He just undoes all his coolness points. There's nothing sexy about Immortal. He also is or was number 2, and in that realm of analysis, number 2 is basically the same thing as being a loser. The good news is not everyone is playing that game, and also, you might not want to date someone who is playing that game. There are probably no prize either then. And they only are if you yourself also are playing that game, which doesn't mean to sour grapes it and pretend you like people you don't like, because that's also bad. But it's interesting from this side to see Debbie knowing where she comes from and realizing that, like, actually in this case, she might love the same normal that she's always prescribing to other people, and it might be the best thing for her.
This is a normal family. Used to say that all the time.
Speaking
when I
of
was a
normal.
kid. But we both know it's not true. It was never true.
Can we stop with this, like, triangle of sadness?
They're part of me, and they always will be. So I'm asking you to finally accept that.
So, this is how it's going to be? You have powers, so you think you can just deliver ultimatums to your parents?
This is his own insecurity.
If you can accept your daughter has powers, I can accept that you don't want me to use them in the house.
She's trying.
I want us to have a relationship because I love you both, and I know that you love me too.
This is really great. This is so amazing.
Otherwise, I'm not going to see you anymore.
Oh, I loved it so much until that last part. I mean, she's entitled, but, like, it feels kind of like a threat. And her father already is primed to be maximally sensitive about this. Specifically, I think about his worth and value and authority, because he himself feels he's such a failure in those areas. I like the approach he's taking of being non-accusatory, of not listing all their failures, right, and trying to compare who did worse to whom, cutting directly to what she thinks is the optimal goal, which actually is a great thing. You know, she just cares about her family and wants to be a part of it. I think this is the kind of thing, if you do it well, it's not guaranteed to have a good outcome. Her father could just dig his heels in and double down on being kind of a jerk. But I think if you do it the right way, if, like, you're really communicating the honest and mature thing, it's easier to accept when it doesn't go well, because you're like, okay, I'm pretty honestly confident that I made my best attempt.
Oh, honey, of course we accept you.
We? You say we.
She's your daughter.
All right. It's a deal.
Okay, oh, that's good. And now you gotta be really nice to him for a bit. Let him feel like a real man. Maybe that was the genius of it, phrasing it like he had a choice. It was his decision. They were looking to him in the end.
I just don't know what it's going to take to get through to you.
Oh.
We were at a comic book store opening.
Are you guys gonna mate now?
Mate? Maybe.
You boys are on the news.
We are?
Oliver!
I'm fine! It was awesome!
Whoa, that's not us. How?
It's okay. He knows. Yeah, it's all right. He would know from the news.
I once sold a house to a famous rock star and never told a soul.
Who was it?
Who?
Exactly.
Ah, so unsatisfying. He passed the test.
Social media is referring to him as Invincible.
You're invincible.
Invincible boy. That's too cute for what this gives me, looking at his costume, knowing his recent history and trends.
That's so good. Did you tell them you're back in school?
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of that, I ran into Amber on campus.
Everything's fine. We never need to talk about her again now.
Art made new suits for me and Oliver, so that was kind of cool. But then Oliver followed me into a fight at Peyton Penitentiary and almost got himself killed.
That's an exaggeration.
I'm just gonna let everyone down again.
Mark, you're looking at it wrong. Those people who depend on you, your mom, Oliver, me, we're also here for you to depend on us.
I was going to say, this is very Subaru and this is very ReZero. Cecil been real quiet lately since Mark's new outfit dropped.
You didn't see it, okay? The Lizard League tunneled into the basement.
Oh yeah, that's why this looks familiar.
I was part of the cleanup detail.
It was
so
not
blood.
pretty. Yeah, there's a lot to clean up. Rick's brain was there.
The safest place to stand is where lightning's already struck, because lightning never strikes the same place.
This is so
you know?
Yeah.
terrifying. Don't say that.
Not how lightning.
Oh, you made it happen.
Oh, look.
This woman will never be the same if she survives. Which she may not have. She will never be the same one way or the other.
Hey, watch it! Nukes don't go off from impact, idiot. They still hurt if they land on your head, jackass.
Though I wouldn't expect you to know that, being a clone. These characters have such a shelf life. Watch them be the last boss of the show. Given what we've seen from Doc Seismic, who knows?
Give it up. You're outnumbered.
Were there more of you?
And out of luck.
And now I say something.
Where's the rest?
That's embarrassing. Man, Immortal's really fallen off.
Now, will you shoot her before she makes any more of herself?
Also speaking of Subaru.
Please never save my life like that again. Look out!
Yeah, I feel like he has the best chances, right? Should have brought more lights. I didn't know you could do that. They're making this look so easy. What if we reformed the Muller twins, since we're reforming everyone?
I don't work for Cecil anymore. But
is that why we were doing it? Yeah, it wasn't for Cecil.
Be careful.
This also feels awfully familiar.
Your sentimentality is gonna get us killed one day.
Foreshadowing.
Where's Mark? We're supposed to go flying.
Since Invincible entered the silo.
Whoops, exposed by the news again.
Once we destroy the entire planet's communications network with our EMP missile, you'll have to pay to use our shielded system instead.
We're embracing capitalism.
Shoot him again and let's get this thing launched.
Oh, don't let Oliver actually succeed. This is only going to encourage him. You have to just die instead, for Oliver's sake.
What are you doing here?
Whatever, let it happen. I think we need to rethink our training methods. I guess moon time trials aren't as useful as I thought they would be. Okay. This is very dangerous for our communications. You should probably go after that.
Go home now.
It should just split up at this point. Why don't you stay here and fight the Muller twins? Lean into Oliver. He's not going home.
We don't usually murder children, but there's always a first time.
I mean, if he can do it, you know. He enjoyed that a little too much.
Yikes. You're gonna need surgery.
That looks bad. I just kill him and make a new one. He's a clone after all. You're the original. Was that the move? Blowing up the nuke? My first kill. It felt great. I loved it. Maybe this is actually the end of the Muller twins.
That's what happens when you're a bad guy.
Ooh, yeah, that's about what I'd expect from a kid with these powers. God help us. Remember that thing about not killing in this family?
Too late.
Is that it? Is this the death of the Muller twins? That'd be really ironic, since I just mentioned their longevity as characters. It feels like a violation, story-wise.
Child.
And now Immortal's number 4.
I didn't mean it. It was an accident.
This is classic Oliver. It was no accident.
They're just stunned, Oliver.
This is such a dicey situation in so many ways.
Even superheroes aren't used to seeing kids do something like this. But I know you were just trying to help.
There's one reason.
I told you to stay away from my family.
Bro, he just murdered the Muller twins. You should look at that. Yeah, take a look.
What?
Sky, now!
Yeah, he's not getting it. It's not getting through.
You killed them!
I didn't mean to, but now they won't hurt anyone else.
Yes, he did. He meant to do it.
Stop yelling at me for saving you. I saw the news and I thought you might be hurt. So I tried to help you and now you're mad at me?
I'm seeing this kid in an increasingly dark light. Dark Oliver, more like it. He kind of hides it with, the I'm an innocent child thing. It's tough because he actually is a child. But there's just growing evidence that he's deliberately manipulating people. For example, making bets he knows he's going to win. Breaking promises when no one is watching. Pretending things are accidental. Framing his actions as being for someone else's sake. It's sort of narcissistic narcissistic. I mean, narcissism and childhood kind of go hand in hand, but there's something more skillfully narcissistic about Oliver. I wonder where he could have gotten that from. What other character is a narcissist or was a narcissist? It also, funnily enough, though I guess it makes total sense because Oliver seems to be increasingly a new iteration of Omni-Man, just with the authority roles reversed. But Oliver is more closely aligned with what Omni-Man was disappointed in Mark for not being. And now Mark takes that lineage and is disappointed in Oliver for being. And it's scarier than it normally would be because he's going to be more physically mature than Mark soon. And for all we know, he could be physically superior genetically to Mark. Mark just has experience.
Damn it, when did you get so fast?
Here it is, yeah. Tears make him go faster. That was such a sweet catch.
You killed the guy who broke Mom's arm.
That was an accident.
Oy.
So was this.
Oliver.
Neither were accidents, really.
Life is precious. We don't just take it.
It's not precious. People kill each other all the time. And most people aren't even special like us. They're just normal.
Oh, there's a normal thing coming back around in a very weird way.
You sound just like Dad.
Yes, correct.
Do you ever think that maybe Dad was right?
No. I understand how tempting that could be, though, as someone like Oliver and Mark. I'll give Oliver this. The kid is no sucker. He's no fool. At a really young age, he's thinking for himself. And so long-term, he could be a real weapon for good if that continues to get honed and if he doesn't get stuck on anything terrible along the way. If he keeps this sort of contrarian thing and challenging and navigating and trying to hone in on increasingly better and better things, it could be a real gift. Like I was saying about Mark and authority, given the fact that he's so powerful, if he measures ranking in terms of power, then he has no peer, no mentor. He risks going off the rails. So too do I see that sort of danger for Oliver with like intellect. Because he's really smart and no one around him is really matching that with anything that commands respect. It's more like, you just have to do what I say. But it feels like Oliver's already kind of past that as an argument that would resonate. So not to blame Mark or Debbie, because I don't know what the solution is exactly. Because Oliver also is perhaps not advanced enough to get the full weight of everything they know. But they're maybe making the same mistake on two fronts, with his power, not letting him explore it even though he has this itch and clearly has a growing ability. And with his intellect, they're not really playing to his level, it feels. How's fatherhood, Mark?
Oh, I am so sorry. I can't believe I'm late to our first date.
It's okay. I saw the news.
Oh, it feels so good to be understood.
We both know how this works.
That was Amber. Really? This is me. Girlfriend upgrade.
Really?
How'd I get so lucky?
And so rare in superhero shows and in life. If only people would understand your time is valuable, way more valuable than theirs.
Oliver followed me to the missile silo. He saw the Maulers attacking me and he
had his first murder.
Killed them.
What?
Plural. Murders.
Yeah, I mean, maybe killing the first Mauler was an accident, but the Immortal told me the second surrendered first.
It wasn't an accident. Neither of them were accidents. He just played it off like one because he knows he can get away with it.
He's just a kid.
I get it. It's both.
Control yet.
Yeah.
It's more than that also, though.
He doesn't seem sorry or upset.
All of these things at the same time.
Just like my dad.
It's beyond, like, just childhood innocence. No, I had no idea. He plays on that childhood innocence thing deliberately, which is not very childhood innocence.
Where would I be without you?
Probably still looking for Mount Rushmore.
Throwback.
This is a weird first date.
I've had worse.
So have I.
Where's Oliver?
Up in his room.
Plot twist, Oliver was murdering people, not in his room.
Want me to take over?
No, I'm fine. I need this right now. It helps me feel normal.
This fixation on normal. I mean, I get it.
I'm sorry I was mad about Paul. You need someone you can talk to.
Their relationship is one of the best relationships in the show, and it continues to get better.
You told Mark that life isn't precious. That it's okay if some people die. Is that really how you feel?
Kinda.
Okay, that's all right. I mean...
Would you care if I died?
Of course I'd care. I don't want you to die. I love you.
That's great to hear.
Think about all the other people on this planet. They all have friends and families who would be sad if they died. So just because you don't know these people doesn't make their lives less important. Do you understand?
The Maulers didn't have friends or family.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love it. I kind of love the audacity of this kid. I feel a lot better about this approach. He's clearly smart enough to engage on the level of like ideas as opposed to you must do what I say, authority-based reason.
I understand. I won't do it again.
You're on close watch, kid. I need to see actions. Now that we've established manipulation is on the table as a tool. Okay, oh boy, here we go.
Gotcha.
Oh no.
Mark, are you okay?
Many thoughts. I hope that wasn't Cecil. Two, I hope he doesn't think it was Cecil and it wasn't. It might be in Cecil's purview, but not Cecil. I don't know. You can't be putting a bomb next to their house. Okay, alright, not Cecil.
Such a happy family.
Why does it sound like Armstrong? Could there have been more that weren't encompassed? Maybe we get a chance to kill him again. That'd be fun. or you know, a chance at redemption.